State University student is under arrest for kidnapping, robbery, and several other charges, including kidnapping of a woman. We learned Trenton Huber was a sophomore pre-engineering student at OSU. Our Lisa Balick is finding out more about the crime spree that lasted for a half an hour.
This is where it all started, a quiet residential neighborhood just north of downtown Corvallis. A man called 911 from his car saying there was somebody who was knocking at the window trying to get in.
Fortunately, they had their doors locked, and when he couldn't get in, he left.
Police say 20-year-old Trenton Scott Huber then headed to a nearby bike path where he found a father and his 11-year-old son. Police tell me Huber grabbed the boy, demanding car keys and asking where they lived.
During his encounter with the son, he grabbed him in a headlock and almost choked the young man out. His father defended his son, struck the suspect, Mr. Huber, who let him go, and the father and son ran away.
Police say as the man called 911, Huber went down to this intersection and found a woman in her 20s in her car. Police say he knocked on her driver's side door, asking for help. When she rolled down the window, police say he pointed a gun at her and got in the back seat and ordered her to take off. The woman in her 20s later told police Huber had the handgun pointed at her head as she drove several blocks towards the OSU campus.
He said he was a drug dealer and he had a gun and he put it to my head. He kept waving it around. I think he was hopped up on drugs.
Struck her several times, told her he was taking her to party with his friends. He wound up actually sexually assaulting her briefly, and became so enraged at one point he actually kicked out the back window of the vehicle.
He let her out here at Northwest 27th and Van Buren, then drove her car to a nearby home, parked, leaving the gun in the car. He ran up to a man, police say, and brandished a knife, then hit the man, and the man ran off. Meanwhile, police say Huber then kicked in this gate and went into an occupied home here on Lincoln. Now police had surrounded the area.
I heard yelling from up over here on Coolidge, where they were saying, you know, get down on the ground, and kind of everyone converged on that location.
Huber was arrested. Officers say he asked them to let him off with a minor in possession citation. Instead, he faces now more than a dozen charges, including first-degree kidnapping and robbery. And police say he did not know any of his victims. In Corvallis,